On this day in history, we remember the remarkable individuals who shaped our world. Welcome to Who Died Today in History, where we honor their legacies. From artists to leaders, their impact lives on. If you find their stories meaningful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay connected.
Thank you to all our amazing channel members for your generous support.
Alex Trebek, the beloved host of Jeopardy, died on November 8, 2020, at the age of 80 after a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. His death was the culmination of a nearly 2-year fight against one of the deadliest and most aggressive forms of cancer, a battle he faced with characteristic poise and transparency. Trebek's passing marked the end of an era in American television, reflecting not only the inevitability of mortality, but also the enduring values of perseverance, intellect, and grace under pressure that he personified throughout his life. Trebek's career spanned more than 5 decades, but it was his stewardship of Jeopardy, from 1984 to 2020, that cemented him as a cultural icon. In an era increasingly defined by rapid technological change, celebrity spectacle, and social media, Trebek represented steadiness and reliability. His calm authority, quick wit, and respect for knowledge offered a model of civility and curiosity, qualities that became rare in contemporary media landscapes. His death reminded the public of both human vulnerability and the universal admiration for those who dedicate their lives to education and cultural enrichment. The immediate response to Trebek's death was profound and widespread. Tributes poured in from fans, former contestants, celebrities, and politicians alike, emphasizing not just his role as a television host, but his humanity, warmth, and encouragement of lifelong learning. Many reflected on how Trebek had subtly shaped the lives of millions, inspiring generations to value knowledge, critical thinking, and respectful discourse. His passing also initiated conversations about pancreatic cancer awareness, amplifying the social impact of his life beyond entertainment. In death, Trebek's legacy only grew stronger. The values he championed, discipline, curiosity, and integrity, became inseparable from his public persona, transforming him from a television figure into a symbol of intellectual aspiration. Through documentaries, archival footage, and ongoing tributes, Alex Trebek continues to live on in cultural memory. His life and death reveal humanity's complex relationship with mortality, admiration for resilience, recognition of inevitable frailty, and the desire to preserve what endures. We immortalize figures like Trebek not only through art and commemoration, but also by carrying forward their values. In every answered question, every shared lesson, and every moment of inspiration, Alex Trebek remains a testament to the power of knowledge and the enduring human desire to remember those who shaped our world with dignity and wisdom. Dan McCafferty, the iconic Scottish singer and founding voice of the rock band Nazareth, died on November 8, 2022, at the age of 76. His death was due to natural causes, following years of health struggles that had forced him to retire from performing in 2013. McCafferty's passing marked the end of a musical era defined by raw vocal power, gritty rock authenticity, and the rise of heavy rock in the 1970s, a time when music was both a form of rebellion and a reflection of working-class identity. Born in Scotland in 1946, McCafferty became the voice of Nazareth, a band that fused blues, hard rock, and soul with storytelling that resonated across Europe and North America. Hits like Love Hurts and Hair of the Dog showcased his distinctive raspy tone and emotive delivery, earning him international acclaim. McCafferty's career mirrored the working-class ethos of his generation: relentless touring, unpolished authenticity, and a refusal to compromise the music for commercial convenience. His voice carried not just melody, but the grit and resilience of an era defined by social upheaval, industrial decline, and the quest for cultural expression. The immediate response to his death was one of widespread mourning among fans, musicians, and critics. Tributes emphasized his contribution to rock music and the enduring emotional resonance of his performances. For many, McCafferty's passing brought reflection on the transformative power of music in the 1970s and the lasting influence of Scottish rock on global culture. His death also rekindled interest in Nazareth's catalog, demonstrating how mortality often amplifies the legacy of artists whose work embodies the spirit of their times. Dan McCafferty's legacy reveals humanity's need to preserve memory through art. Though he is gone, his voice continues to inspire, echoing through recordings, tribute concerts, and cultural memory. In remembering McCafferty, we see how music immortalizes human emotion, defiance, and identity, how the personal struggle and triumph of one individual can resonate across decades. His death reminds us that while mortality is inevitable, the spirit of creativity and authenticity endures, allowing artists to live on in memory, influence, and the songs that continue to move audiences worldwide. Heavy D, born Dwight Arrington Myers, the influential rapper, singer, and actor, died on November 8, 2011, at the age of 44 from a pulmonary embolism. His death was sudden and unexpected, a natural cause that underscored both the fragility of life and the pressures faced by artists in the high-stakes world of hip-hop and entertainment. Heavy D's passing marked the loss of a figure who bridged the gap between rap, R&B, and mainstream culture during a transformative era for music. Emerging in the late 1980s as the leader of Heavy D and the Boys, Heavy D became a defining voice in the golden age of hip-hop. Hits like Now That We've Found Love and collaborations with artists such as Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson showcased his ability to blend rap with melody, humor, and charisma. In an era when hip-hop was asserting itself as a global cultural force, Heavy D represented positivity, inclusivity, and crossover appeal, a contrast to the often violent or confrontational themes dominating the genre. His death reminded the public of both the human costs behind celebrity and the pressures of sustaining longevity in music and performance. The immediate response to his death was heartfelt and widespread. Fans, fellow musicians, and industry figures mourned not only the artist but the man behind the music. Tributes highlighted his generosity, mentorship, and pioneering role in shaping hip-hop's commercial and artistic direction. His passing prompted reflections on the evolution of rap from a niche movement to a dominant cultural force, emphasizing how artists like Heavy D helped define its early accessibility and crossover appeal. Heavy D's legacy has been amplified through retrospectives, tributes, and the enduring popularity of his music. His death demonstrates how cultural memory often transforms mortality into legend, preserving an artist's impact beyond their lifespan. In music, film, and collective memory, Heavy D lives on as a symbol of creativity, charm, and optimism. His life and passing reveal humanity's enduring desire to immortalize those who shape culture, showing that while physical life is finite, influence, joy, and artistic spirit continue to resonate through generations. Jean Marais, the celebrated French actor, director, and sculptor, died on November 8, 1998, at the age of 84, from natural causes in his home in Cannes, France. His passing marked the end of a remarkable career that spanned theater, cinema, and the visual arts, reflecting the evolution of 20th century French culture. Maurice's life and death exemplified the intertwining of artistry, personal courage, and the shifting social values of his era. Marais rose to prominence in the 1940s and 1950s, becoming a muse for director Jean Cocteau in films such as Beauty and the Beast, 1946, and Orpheus, 1950. His ethereal presence, versatility, and ability to convey both strength and vulnerability made him a symbol of post-war European creativity and innovation. At a time when France was recovering from the devastation of World War II, Maurice's performances embodied a society seeking beauty, hope, and artistic reinvention. Beyond the screen, he openly lived as a gay man in a conservative era, demonstrating personal courage that subtly challenged social norms. The immediate consequences of his passing were felt deeply within French cultural circles. Tributes highlighted not only his cinematic contributions, but his enduring influence on French theater and sculpture. Marais' death invited reflection on a generation of artists who had navigated the turbulence of war, the pressures of fame, and the constraints of societal expectations while pursuing personal and artistic authenticity. In death, his legend was reinforced. Marais became not just a star of French cinema, but a symbol of elegance, artistry, and resilience. Jean Marais' legacy illustrates humanity's desire to memorialize excellence and creativity. Through films, exhibitions of his sculptures, biographies, and retrospectives, his life continues to inspire new generations. His passing reminds us that mortality does not diminish the power of artistic influence. Rather, it crystallizes memory, turning the achievements and persona of an individual into a lasting cultural touchstone. In honoring Marais, we preserve not only the work of a singular artist, but the values he represented: courage, beauty, and the enduring pursuit of artistic expression in the face of life's transience. Beatrice Kay, the beloved American singer and actress, died on November 8, 1986, at the age of 81 from natural causes. Her passing marked the conclusion of a career that celebrated the vibrancy of early 20th century American entertainment, particularly the vaudeville, cabaret, and musical theater traditions that shaped popular culture during her era. Kay's life and death reflect both the evolution of performance art in the United States and the enduring human desire to preserve joy, nostalgia, and artistry across generations. Born Beatrice Schwartz in 1907, Kay rose to prominence during the heyday of vaudeville and the burgeoning nightclub scene. Her performances, often characterized by charm, wit, and a signature soprano voice, captured the spirit of a nation emerging from the hardships of the Great Depression and navigating the cultural shifts of mid-century America. She became widely known for her renditions of popular standards and songs that harkened back to earlier eras, earning her the nickname the Sweetheart of the Silver Sheet. Her artistry represented an era that valued live performance, personal connection with audiences, and the ability to uplift spirits through music and storytelling. The immediate reaction to Kay's death was one of fond remembrance among fans, fellow performers, and historians of American theater and music. While she may not have been a household name in the mainstream at the time of her passing, those familiar with her work recognize the end of a chapter in American entertainment history, a loss of a direct link to vaudeville and the intimate charm of mid-century musical performance. Her death reminded audiences of the ephemeral nature of live entertainment and the dedication required to preserve its magic. Beatrice Kay's legacy endures through recordings, archival footage, and the memories of those who experienced her performances firsthand. Her passing illuminates humanity's complex relationship with mortality and memory. While life is finite, the spirit and influence of an artist can resonate across time. Through art, music, and commemoration, we immortalize performers like Kay, ensuring that the joy, cultural values, and human connection they championed continued to inspire and uplift even after their departure. In this way, her life and death underscore the power of performance to transcend mortality and maintain its place in collective memory. Betty Nuthall, the pioneering British tennis player, died on November 8, 1983, at the age of 70 from natural causes. Her passing marked the end of a life that had embodied the resilience, grace, and competitive spirit of women athletes in the early 20th century, a period when opportunities for women in professional sports were limited and societal expectations were rigid. Nuthall's career and her death reflect both the challenges faced by female athletes of her era and the enduring admiration earned by those who broke barriers with skill and determination. Born in London in 1911, Nuthall emerged as a tennis prodigy during the 1920s and 1930s, a time when women were gradually carving out a presence in competitive sports. She became the youngest ever female winner of the U.S. National Championships, now the U.S. Open, in 1930 at the age of 19, demonstrating not only technical skill, but also remarkable poise under pressure. Her victories in singles and doubles highlighted her versatility and strategic intelligence, earning her recognition in both Europe and the United States. Nuthall's death decades later reminded the sporting world of the early pioneers whose achievements had laid the groundwork for the professionalization and popularization of women's tennis. The immediate response to her passing was subdued but respectful, reflecting the understated yet enduring impact of her career. Tennis historians and enthusiasts acknowledged her role in elevating women's participation in international tournaments, celebrating her contributions to an era that emphasized sportsmanship, elegance, and perseverance. Her death underscored how the accomplishments of athletes often gain renewed appreciation posthumously, as the historical context of their achievements is more fully recognized. Betty Nuthall's legacy demonstrates humanity's desire to preserve memory through achievement. Though her life ended naturally, her influence persists in the records, photographs, and narratives that continue to inspire future generations of players. In art, literature, and sports history, Nuthall is immortalized not only for her victories on the court, but for her embodiment of determination, skill, and pioneering spirit. Her life and death reveal how mortality frames our recognition of excellence and how memory allows the accomplishments of remarkable individuals to transcend time, inspiring admiration long after their departure from the world. John Milton, the eminent English poet, polemicist, and intellectual, died on November 8, 1674, at the age of 65. His death, resulting from natural causes, concluded a life that had been shaped by political upheaval, religious controversy, and a relentless pursuit of literary excellence. Milton's passing reflected the intellectual and moral struggles of 17th century England, an era defined by civil war, regicide, and the tension between authority and individual conscience. Milton's career was intertwined with the tumult of his times. He served as Latin secretary under Oliver Cromwell during the Commonwealth period, producing tracts defending republicanism and advocating for freedom of speech and conscience. Simultaneously, he cultivated a literary career that would leave an indelible mark on English literature. His most famous work, Paradise Lost, published in 1667, had redefined epic poetry, blending classical influences with deeply personal reflections on faith, authority, and human frailty. Milton's death closed a chapter on a life devoted to the exercise of reason and artistry under extraordinary social and political pressures, emphasizing the values of moral courage and intellectual rigor that were critical in his era. The immediate consequences of Milton's death were a recognition of both his literary genius and the precariousness of his political legacy. With the monarchy restored in 1660, Milton had faced imprisonment and the threat of execution. His survival and subsequent literary contributions highlighted the tension between personal conviction and historical circumstance. Following his death, scholars and readers increasingly revered him, cementing his status as a symbol of resistance and humanistic inquiry. His works became central to debates about liberty, religion, and the power of literature, amplifying his influence far beyond his lifetime. John Milton's legacy illustrates humanity's engagement with mortality, power, and memory. Though his life ended naturally, his ideas and poetry endure, immortalized in literature, scholarship, and the broader cultural imagination. Through Paradise Lost, essays, and political writings, Milton continues to challenge readers to contemplate virtue, authority, and the human condition. His death reminds us that while mortality is inevitable, the human spirit and the intellectual and artistic achievements it produces can achieve enduring presence, shaping thought and culture across centuries. In commemorating Milton, we preserve not only his words, but the enduring ideals of courage, reflection, and creative ambition that defined his extraordinary life.